Hey guys, Emily Muccianti here, and I have a video today for those of you interventionists or teachers, teacher leaders that are actually involved in your curriculum adoption committees. If you are making decisions about what you are to purchase with those very, very precious dollars, I have a resource that you're going to want to check out before you make a big decision. But first, I want to thank my viewers. Thank you to those of you that come in and listen to me and support me by buying me a coffee as a way to support my channel. Don't forget, you can support my channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing all of the videos. I really focus in on new reading intervention teachers because I know how difficult it is coming into a new situation and not really knowing where to go. And sometimes where you are is not quite aligned to what's available out there. It might feel a little bit over your head. So hopefully I'm here kind of bridging that gap for you. Now, today we're going to take a look at a new release from the Reading League. And I was involved in a webinar, which was a ribbon cutting last week from the Reading League that was designed to introduce the new area of their compass, which was all about a tool that we could use for curriculum review. So I first want to say thank you to the Reading League. Huge shout out to the team at the Reading League who is putting together the compass as a resource for teacher leaders and administrators and those of us that are really attempting to bring good literacy instruction into our schools, because what they've done is pretty amazing, and I think that you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So let me jump over to the Reading League website. Okay, so here we are at the Reading League website, and this is the main homepage, which I am going to link in the show notes down below. But I just wanted you to be aware of all of the things that are available here and to encourage you, if you are not a member of the Reading League, really, I hope you consider becoming a member. There is a national organization, which is just the Reading League, but there's also state factions in many states across the United States. So you might want to look at becoming a member of your state chapter as well. As experts and literacy leaders, it's really important that we have these professional organizations to lean into, and it keeps us fresh. It keeps us informed of what is happening in the field. It gives us opportunities for continued education and professional development through their conferences and their webinars. So if you are not a member, I hope that you consider doing that. As we go through here, I wanted you to see that you can join here. We are going to explore the compass today, but I just wanted to show you that they have a conference coming up in October in North Carolina. So if you are able to get into that, we love conferences that are in person. You can see some of their professional book recommendations here. If you do not have a copy of their defining guide of the science of reading, this is a free PDF that you can download. I believe you can also order a hard copy for purchase, yes. And what it is, it's a really nice small little booklet. I should have grabbed mine. I have one here. It's a little half sheet booklet that really does consolidate what that science of reading is and means, so that we don't get lost in this idea that it's a new philosophy or a new fad. It really isn't. It is not meant to be. And so this is a great consolidated and concise type of a guide to help you with that. I would urge that you share it with your administrators, your teacher leaders. It will give you a really strong and firm direction and give you some roots in that foundation. So this is really just what their particular website is. You can see here if it is a green, dark green chapter. These are available for your state. So I am in Idaho. We have a new chapter here. California has a new one, and you can see that most of the states do have those. And if you are in a state that does not have one, perhaps you can look into the group that is trying to create one, because they are getting a lot of momentum there. Let me take you back to the compass. When we go here to the compass, this is what I wanted to show you. So the ribbon cutting that I was involved in was designed to showcase the new area, which is the curriculum for curriculum decision makers. And before we move to there, I just want you to see that there's a lot of information and available to you in other areas, but this is the one we're going to talk about today. So I know that as a interventionist, a reading specialist, or a literacy leader, that you are often involved in different committees and supporting and guiding your districts as they are looking to spend those precious dollars. And so what the Reading League has done is developed a resource that will give you a guide on some areas to consider when you are looking for your Tier 1 comprehensive ELA program. That's where they've started. And they wanted to really be sure that we delivered the message that this is not meant to be a curriculum recommendation list. This is meant to provide you a report where you can dig into the areas that might be weak and find a way to perhaps supplement or expand an area, because we know, and they said this from the very beginning, there is no perfect curriculum. There are good curriculums, there are better curriculums, and there are poor curriculums, but we know that there is no perfect one. And so being well-informed and knowledgeable about making those decisions is what this was designed to do. So I encourage you to take a look at this webpage and read this in its entirety. There's a lot of information. They put a lot of work involved in to get this out to us. But the part that I really want to show you, first of all, is that they reached out to different publishers to allow them to look at their curriculum. And these publishers here either declined to participate or did not respond. Take that for what it is. The part, though, that we're going to look at here are the 7 that did. So there are 7 curricula that were submitted. You can see the 7th one down here, so that you could have a way of digging in a little bit deeper. And this is since it's an independent review of these programs. So I'm going to open up CKLA just to walk you through this a little bit and tell you some of my sticking points, and maybe see if, I don't know if you will have the same sticking points. But so this is the report from Amplify CKLA. You'll see the introduction. And the part I wanted to kind of explain is this page. This is on page 4. And it's the curriculum description as it relates to what they call red flag statements. So in the report, they created a number of statements that are considered red flags. Things like the queuing system, so that if the curriculum was leaning into the queuing system, that is a red flag statement. But the way it's kind of written was a little bit confusing to me, that if there's a red flag statement and it's green, it means the statement is false, meaning that it doesn't exist. 2 is that it may exist, but it's minimal. 3 means that the statement might be mostly true, and 4 would mean that the statement is always true or is an integral part of that curriculum. So again, the aqua, kind of that Reading League green color, all the way to the red, which to me was a little bit kind of like walking through a bunch of double negatives. So it was a little bit confusing to me, but perhaps you are more discerning or intelligent than I am. So, for example, if we look here, We have word recognitions. These are non-negotiables. So these are these are the red flag statements. The 3 cueing systems are taught as strategies for decoding in early grades. So that is a red flag statement, meaning if we see that, that's a problem. They get this a score of 1, meaning that that does not exist. Okay. And you can work through this entire report. So here, under the phonological and phonemic awareness, you can see phonological and phoneme awareness is not assessed or monitored. So this is minimally true. That is what that number 2 means. And you, again, can go into and see that this mostly met. Now, they wanted to be very clear. These are not necessarily, they don't want us to jump in here and go, okay, well, let's add up the score and determine who has the lowest score. In this case would mean that they have the fewest red flags. That is not how it was intended. It's meant to be a guide and a resource for you to look at. And then you can get down into, see if I can find it. And they go through a great deal of information. I mean, this was no small feat to create this for sure. But then at the end, you'll see that they list out some of the strengths. They list some of the challenges. And another component of this is that they allow the publisher to respond to what those areas are, which is really nice so that they can explain where those red flag statements perhaps occurred and what their response was. So I would definitely take a look at that as well. So the Reading League did a fantastic job of pulling this together. This is a work in progress. There are 7 Tier 1 comprehensive programs that are currently reviewed under the Compass. I'm sure there are going to be more, but these take a great deal of time, so I would check back frequently. And if you are involved in your curriculum adoption committee, or you can forward this information to that person, definitely make sure that it is on their radar. This is an important little tool that we can use to help guide our decisions. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Thank you again to the Reading League. Thank you to those of you that watch and support my channel. I appreciate it. We do have a course coming out soon for our new reading interventionists that I will be releasing more information come the beginning of June. So I hope you stay tuned. I'm going to drop a link down below so you can get on my newsletter so that you will be informed of any type of release coming from me as well. And happy Teacher Appreciation Week. That is this week. Thank you for what you do. I appreciate you. I know it's not easy. It's hard, but you do it anyway. And bye for now.